Hi everyone, my name is Daud Ali, and I welcome you all to Shiv Jyoti online classes. Today we are going to cover chapter 6 and a poem, Break, Break, Break. And in this chapter 0 hour, it's going to be very interesting, it's going to be very exciting because we're going to see a rocket. In this chapter we are going to see a rocket. So please be with me and do not go anywhere. Alright, so before we get into the chapter, before we start this chapter, we would first like to know about the writer, because that is something we always do and that is something we will never stop doing. We will always respect writers and poets, and we will give credits to them because they write these beautiful stories and poems for us. Alexander Blade was a popular American science fiction and fantasy author. The Brain and the Plotters are some of his other stories. So he is an American writer, and the other stories mentioned written by him are The Brain and the Plotters. You can research about him later in your free time, in your summer vacation. For right now, we are going to begin this interesting chapter. Father had already gone when Bobby woke up. This disappointed Bobby a little, but then he remembered this was the big day. Naturally, father would go to the project early, and at 4 o'clock Bobby shivered deliciously at the thought of it. So there are three main characters in this story: mother, father and the son. Alright, Bobby is the son. So he gets up, father had already gone when Bobby woke up. So Bobby is waking up early in the morning, and he seems to be a guy of your age, and he's just waking up in the morning, and he sees, and he looks around and he doesn't find his father, and he's disappointed. Where has my father gone? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Where has he gone? But then he thinks, oh, he's gone for that work. It's a big day for him today. It's a big day for him. So then Bobby shivered deliciously. Here you see this word, shivered deliciously. The meaning of this word is when you shiver with the feeling of excitement. Oh my God. That's the kind of feeling. This word means this, shivered deliciously. Alright? So there is something interesting going on in their life, for sure. What is that? We are going to find out. I'm going to find out. We'll find out together. Let's see. He was quiet at breakfast, glad that mother was occupied, because he didn't want to talk. Not today. He did not. Might spill something secret, might even let out the big secret. That would be terrible. So it seems like the father and the son, they both are, keeping a secret. They're both hiding something from their mother. And he is at his breakfast now, and he's quiet. He's not talking to his mother. He's just sitting quiet, eating, not talking to his mother. Because he is afraid, he thinks that if he will start speaking, he might accidentally tell the secret to his mom. And that would be terrible. It's a big secret that he thinks that he is hiding from mom, but it might also be the case that his mother already knows. What is it? Let's find out. Of course, all things were secret at Buffalo Flats. This is the name of the place. So secret that top scientists like his father, John Kandel, didn't even discuss them with their families. So, there are scientists, when they are told a secret, when they are told to keep a secret, they keep the secrets in such a good way that they do not even tell their families, because they are, most of the times they have confidential information with them. So big scientists like John Kandel, the father of Bobby, he doesn't even discuss such secrets with families. Sometimes it happens. Therefore, it was really something to sit there eating breakfast, knowing that today father was going to fly to the moon. Oh my God, his father is going to fly to the moon. This is the secret that he has been hiding. And mother did not even know that the lunar project was in the works. She would naturally not even dream that he was going with father. The thrill was overpowering, the secret was too much to bear. So he is excited, he is sitting at the table for the breakfast with his mom. And he thinks, oh, I won't tell my mom about this. I'm gonna go to the moon, I'm going to fly to the moon with my father, and I won't tell this to my mom, I won't let my mom know about it. You see this word here, lunar project. Lunar related to moon, and solar related to sun. You can study more about it in other subjects like science. Then we have as Bobby got up from his chair after breakfast, mother looked up and said, "What's your plan for today, young man?" So he's done with his breakfast. He's full now. He's get up. "Oh, I'm done with my breakfast, mom. It was very good, very nice." Then mom asked, "What's your plan for today, young man? What are you up to? What have you decided? What's your plan for today?" Bobby had quick thought, a sudden temptation. Why not give her a hint? So, you know, it might have happened with you also sometime that you might have been very excited and you are holding a secret within you, and you want to, you want to tell your mom and you want to hide from her, and both at the same time. The same kind of feeling Bobby is going through. He felt this sudden temptation. The meaning of the word temptation is a wish to do something which may not be wise. So he has this sudden temptation, and then he thinks, I should at least give her some hint. Bobby smiled and said, "I think I'll go to the moon today." So finally he has told his mom, "Mom, I think I'll go to the moon today." Mom smiled too and went back to her reading. "Well, see to your fuel mixture is correct. I'll check it, and Mom, I might not be home for lunch. Where will you eat?" "Oh, I don't know." So Bobby smiled and he told her mom that he would be going to the moon, and mom is reading a book, and mom said, "Okay, all right, and then check it, and Mom, I might not be home for lunch." And he has informed his mom that, "Mom, I will not be here, I will not be home for lunch, I might be going out." And her mom asked him, "Oh, what would you, where will you eat? Where will you eat? Where are you going to have your lunch today?" And he said, "I don't know, Mom." "Well, mind your manners and say thank you when you leave." And Mrs. Candle, still smiling as she watched Bobby dash out into the yard. So she's reading a book, and this boy Bobby is out from the yard and he's going out. So Mrs. Candle, she was reading a book. That's when this boy Bobby, he left the house. Out in the backyard, Bobby fussed around his space rocket, a little tightening a screw here, hammering in a nail there, just until he could slip away without mother noticing where he was headed. So he's right outside the house and he has his own rocket, and a toy rocket, and he's doing things with it. He's hammering the nail and he's tightening the screws, and he's just waiting that when will my mom stop looking at me, and then I will just run away from here. It wasn't a bad rocket. It wasn't a bad rocket at that. He thought 6 feet long with 2 seats and a neat instrument panel. But child's stuff, of course. After he had found the way in through the sewer, he hadn't paid any more attention to his own ship. This paragraph leads us to one of our internal questions. Are you ready for it? All right, let's see. What did Bobby think about the rocket? What did Bobby think about the rocket? Here we have our answer with us. He thought about the rocket that the rocket is 6 feet long with 2 seats and a neat instrumental panel. So he has a toy rocket also, about which he didn't pay attention anymore once he has found a sewer. Sewer is like an underground way to go to somewhere. So he has found a sewer and he is going where? We will find out in the story. Please be with me, don't go anywhere. He went casually out through the back gate and turned left, kicking at paddles as he sauntered along, trying to look as though he had no place to go. Had to be careful, didn't want to bump into any of his friends today either. So he is going to some place about which he doesn't want anybody to know. He wants to hide this from his friends also, and he's going and he doesn't want to bump into any of his friends. And the meaning of this word sauntered is to, walk in a relaxed manner, is to try to show like nothing is, I'm hiding nothing, I'm all cool about everything. So he's being relaxed, he's trying to show that he's relaxed, he's hiding nothing. So that is the meaning of this word sauntered. The way in through the sewer was at a place behind laboratory B. So he has to reach to the laboratory B area. From there he will find a way to the sewer, there was a kind of an alley there that nobody ever walked through, and then this round lid you could lift up and look under, and a ladder you could climb down. So he is going to go, there is a street there about which nobody knows. There is a secret street, alright. He is going there, secret street, and he is going to find a lid. As you can see in the picture, this is the kind of place he is looking for. This is maybe the exit area. He is looking for the start of this sewer, and on the start also he will find something like this. Here we have used this word lid for this thing, alright. So he will find the lid, he will open the lid, and there he has a ladder to climb down. With the help of a ladder he is going to climb down, and he is now underground, alright. Bobby hadn't dared go down at first, but after thinking about it overnight, his curiosity had prevailed, and he had gone back and dug down into the lower level. He called it a sewer because of sewers being underground, but this place was clean and had bunches of wires strung in every direction and faint little lights you could see by. So Bobby wouldn't have dared to go into it. Bobby couldn't gather the courage to go into it. But a night before, he kept on thinking about it, and finally he decided, no matter what, I'm gonna go. And he got curious about it, and his curiosity had prevailed, and that's when he decided that I would go, and he is now going. And actually it's not a sewer at all, because sewer are supposed to be not very clean, and this underground way which he has taken was clean and had bunches of wires strung in every direction, and there were some bunches of wires also, and it's not completely dark there. There is some light there also. As we read this line, we know faint little lights you could see by. So there are some lights also there, so it's not completely dark in there. Let's see what happens in the story next. Imagine that underground, imagine that underground way. Bobby is going underground. He's all alone. Where is he going? Let's find out in the story. Then he found the big dome where they were building the rocket. It was so sleek and beautiful and shiny that he just stared at it up through the grating in the floor, and that was for air circulation or something. So he kept on walking and kept on walking, and he kept on walking, and he has reached to this place, and from here he's looking outside, and what does he see? He sees a drum, a big drum. A drum, the meaning of the word, we have a place from which planes or rockets take off. So drum is a kind of place. Imagine a round drum kind of thing, and drum is that thing from which a rocket or airplane take off. We have a drum here, and from here this rocket will take off. All right, you getting it? So take off. It was so sleek and beautiful and shiny. Here we have a more description of the drum. It was beautiful and it was shiny, and in the floor that was for air circulation or something. He did not know it was a moon rocket at first, not until he had gone back several times to pick up at it, and then one day two scientists came walking along close to where he stood hidden from view. So he did not know, earlier he did not know that it was a moon rocket. But one day he overheard two scientists talking about it, and it happened in the past, and that's when he got to know that it was a moon rocket. So next, one of them was father. So the two people he is talking about, that he saw two scientists one day, one of them was his own father. Bobby almost called out to him, but he caught himself and just listened to them talking. He learned the rocket was going to the moon, and it was funny because even there they spoke in low voices and didn't give too much away. So when he saw this, both the scientists, one his father and his father's friend, both of them, they were talking about it, and they were talking like this. They were talking at a very low pitch. They didn't want anybody to know about it. So they were talking at a very low pitch, even though they were not surrounded by anybody. They were alone. It was just the two of them. Still, they were being very careful, and they were talking at a very low pitch because it was strictly confidential, and it was a secret. So then and he found it very funny, and he wanted to call out to his father, but he didn't. He had known now for 3 days that at 4 o'clock the roof would open and the drum would be turned into a blast pit and the rocket would shoot out through the space to the moon. So for 3 days now he knows this thing. Before 3 days he did not know, but he had known now for 3 days that at 4 o'clock the roof would open and the drum would be turned into a blast pit and the rocket would shoot out through the space into the moon. And a rocket is very fast, as you all know. Alright. That was all he did know for sure. Neither of the men had said who was going on the first trip to the moon. But Bobby knew father would go. He would have to. After all, wait. Here we have found one of our internal questions. Let's find out. Why did Bobby think that his father would be going to the moon in that rocket? Let's see the answer. His father was the second biggest scientist at Buffalo Flats. So this is a place, Buffalo Flats, and his father is the second biggest scientist there. Second only to Professor Schlemmer himself, who was very old and wouldn't make the trip. That left father. There probably wasn't anybody else smart enough to go on this mission. So here we find out the answer of this question, that his father is the second biggest scientist after Professor Schlemmer. And Professor Schlemmer is very old in age and he can't make this trip, he can't go for this journey. So obviously then second in line, second position, second greatest, second biggest scientist is his father, is his father. So that made him think that his father would go for this trip, for this mission. The idea of going himself had been born the previous day. You know, if you were paying attention, you must know this, that he had been dreaming himself. He had been thinking that he would also go to the moon with his father. You remember, he told his mom in the beginning of the story, "Mom, today I'll go to the moon." And mom smiled. Yes, he has been thinking about it. So the idea of going himself had been born the previous day. Just the day before, yesterday only, this idea came to his mind that he would also go to the moon with his father. When he found a larger grating in the floor near the rocket and realized that if he was very careful, he would climb out of the sewer and duck into the rocket when nobody was looking. Once inside, he was quite sure he would find a place to hide until blast off. So he's inside that sewer. You remember that picture? He's peeking out from that. He's inside the sewer and he's waiting for an opportunity. He's waiting for a chance. He wants to secretly get inside the rocket. It might be dangerous also. All right, this is what he has decided, that he would imagine that I am Bobby and I'm looking and I'm waiting for an opportunity where nobody is around, and I would go secretly and I would hide inside the rocket. It might be dangerous, you know. What will happen next? Let's find out in the story. At first, thinking about it, he had been scared, but after he realized how proud his parents would be, he made up his mind. So at first he was scared. Oh my God, it's going to be very scary. Oh, I'm feeling afraid. I'm afraid. Will I be able to do it? But then he thought, my parents will be proud of me. Oh, my parents will be proud of me. I'll go. And that's how he made up his mind and he decided to go. But that is completely stupidity. That is completely foolish. We should not do such acts. We should not do things without the permission of our parents, especially such dangerous things. Please keep this in mind. Never forget this. Taking a deep breath, he opened the grating and got out. It was only 4 steps to the open port of the rocket. There was a little ramp they had used to roll things in, and Bobby's feet touched it lightly as he jumped into the ship. He found himself in some kind of a storeroom. It would be a good place to hide all right. It was full of aluminum barrels, all the same size. He found a space between 2 rows and sat down and got his breath back. It was very quiet around him, scary quiet, but he set his lips firmly. So he has gone He's gone inside the rocket. He is inside the rocket now, and he's sitting there. He has found a place. It was full of aluminum barrels, so there are aluminum barrels there. And he found a space between two rows and sat down, got his breath back, and he's quiet, and he's not moving. He's not even moving his lips. He's sealed his lips. He's that quiet. He was going to the moon with father, and he's thinking that he's going to the moon with his father. So he is now in the ship, in the rocket. What has happened next in the story that has been kept for our suspense? John Kendall was a little late that night. John Kendall, Bobby's father, he was a little late that night. He greeted his wife and said, "Well, Myra, did you see the big sky rocket? So the rocket has been shot. Was Bobby inside the rocket? Has Bobby gone to the moon without father? Because father just now returned home and he is talking to mother. Mr. Kendall is talking to Mrs. Kendall, and Bobby, where is Bobby? We will find out in the story. But we will stop here for a short break, because we have just now, we have just come across an internal question and answer. Who was a little late that night? The answer of this question is right here in front of us. John Kendall, father of Bobby, was a little late that night. He was a little late that night. Please pay attention and listen carefully, because that is the key to make everything super easy. So, how could I miss it, dear? Mr. Kendall asked Mrs. Kendall. Myra is the name of his wife. Myra, did you see the big sky rocket? He's asking his wife, Myra, did you see the rocket? Shh, it was launched. Did you see the rocket? And how could I miss it, dear? How could I miss it, dear? She says she couldn't miss it, and she has seen it. She told him, and then she asked him about supper also. Your supper is in the oven. You see this word supper here, it means light food, especially of dinner time. John lay back in his easy chair and closed his eyes. We had hoped to stage a little ceremony at the launching, but Washington said no. Washington said simply light the fuse and fire the thing. So he has now just, the father is sitting relaxed on the chair. We wanted to keep a ceremony. He is sharing his opinion, he is sharing his thought with his wife, that we wanted to keep a ceremony, and we wanted to make it big, and we wanted everybody to know about it, and we wanted to do a big event, a big ceremony for this launch. But Washington said that light the fuse and fire the thing. Do not do so much, do not do the event, do not do the ceremony, do not make it so big, just fire the thing. Here you see this word Washington. This has been used for the government of America, alright, for the government of United States, USA. Is it still a big secret? His wife is asking, is it still a big secret? No, it's just between you. No, not between you and me, at least. So it's not a secret between you and me. Father is saying to mother, husband is saying to wife, that it's not a secret between you and me. You and I, we both know about it. We fired an explosion rocket at the moon. It will hit in about an hour, and telescope will show a big purple spot when our explosives go off and throw dye all over the place. So just in an hour, our rocket will touch the moon, and we will be able to see colors and purple spot in the sky, and the rocket is going to reach just in an hour. Oh my God, are you thinking about Bobby? I'm thinking about him too. Is he in the rocket? Has it reached to the moon? Let's see what has happened to Bobby. I see lots of fun, no doubt, but what's the purpose? 4th of July on the moon? His wife is asking, it's going to be great fun, but what's the purpose behind it? Is it 4th of July on the moon? Is that what you are looking for? Is that what you want to do? By 4th of July, they mean Independence Day of America. Just like we celebrate Independence Day here of our country, India, on 15th August, they celebrate Independence Day of their country in America on 4th July. So she's asking that, is it the Independence Day celebration on moon? Oh no, if the experiment is a success, Oh no, if the experiment is a success, the next rocket will carry man instead of a bomb. So this rocket has carried just a bomb, some dye and color with it, and he is expecting that if this will be a success, then if on the next term, if God wills it, we will send a man instead of a bomb. Myra went to the kitchen to see about supper. John called, "Where is Bobby?" "In bed, I suppose." Finally, they've started to mention about their son. They've started to mention about Bobby. What will happen? Myra is going to the kitchen. Mother is going to the kitchen to see about the dinner, and in the meantime, at the same time, Father John has asked, "Where is Bobby?" "In bed, I suppose." "Where is Bobby? Is he asleep? Has he gone to the bedroom? Where is he?" John moved towards the bedroom. Maybe he was still awake. Father is thinking, maybe he has not slept yet. He's still awake. I should go to the bedroom and see if my son is still awake. Bobby rolled over. His eyes popped open. "Dad, I thought you went to..." So Bobby is in the room, and he is rolling his eyes and he's saying, "Dad, I thought you went to the moon." John Kendall sat down on the edge of the bed and tousled his son's hair. "No, son, it's the old terra firma for me. Did you see the rocket blast?" John Kendall sat down on the edge of the bed. On the edge of the bed means, imagine that this is the bed, all right? Edge would be this area, the corner of the bed. So father is sitting here and he's talking to his son and he's asking, "Did you see the blast?" And he said, "If you see the blast and it was fun, it was really something. It went to the moon, didn't it?" "That's right," John smiled. Son is asking, "It was really interesting, it was really good, and it has reached to the moon or hasn't it?" And father is saying, "Yes, it's going to reach to the moon, and try to keep a secret from the children. It just can't be done, and please keep this secret a secret. Please don't share with your friends and other children around us. How's your moon rocket coming along soon?" And now he's asking about his toy rocket, that how's your toy rocket doing? Are you developing it more, doing more changes into it, or how is it? Is it fine? So how is Bobby in the bedroom? How is Bobby in the bedroom? Bobby must have returned, all right. There must have been something occurred to his mind, so he came back and he went to his bedroom and he was in the bedroom. He didn't go to the moon, he came back. So we do not need to worry about him anymore. "Pretty good, Dad, as long as you didn't go, I'm glad I didn't go either." He is saying that, "Dad, I didn't want to go to moon without you. I am happy that I didn't go to moon, because if you are not going, I am not going. If you won't go, I won't also go." So that is the attitude, good attitude that he has. "You were planning to make the trip too." And father is asking, "Oh, you wanted to go too? You were also planning to make the trip?" "I got into the rocket and was all set, but I got to thinking about Mom, how one of us should stay and take care of her in case anything happened." How sweet of him. So here the truth has been revealed. He went to the rocket. He was hiding there, and he then suddenly started to think that one of them should stay at home to take care of her mother. He said, "I got into the rocket and was all set. I was ready to go. I was set. But I got to thinking about Mom." Then I started to think about Mom, that either you or me should be here to take care of Mom, just in case if anything goes wrong. So that is very sweet of him, and we should always take care of our mother and father. They love us very much, and we should also love them very much. "Smart thinking, son. Now you get to sleep. I'll have a little time tomorrow. We will play some ball." So he's asking, "That's very smart of you, my son. I'm very proud of you that you thought that. Now you go to sleep, and I'm gonna go to sleep too, and tomorrow we'll play some ball and it will be fun." So his father is promising him that next day they will play some ball game. That will be fun. John Kendall smiled as he left the bedroom. Children were wonderful. Give them a few old boards and a steering wheel, and they could build a ship to fly to the moon. What a wonderful dream world they lived in. Too bad that they had to grow out of it. So in the end, we have these lines that say that children are wonderful people, and indeed they are wonderful people. We just give them some boards and some toy steering, and they would make a ship and rocket and a plane out of it, and they would dream of going to moon, and what a wonderful world of dreams they live in. But you know, it's sad that they grow up, and sometimes some children change, and you know, it happens. So this is with this story, and before we end it, I would like to have you, I want you to have a look of space. I have a picture to show you. So if any of you, I know some of you have a dream of becoming astronaut or pilots, so here we have a picture of space for you. I hope you have found it really nice. And I wish all your dreams come true. May you achieve all your dreams. All the best for all your dreams, children. All right? So this is it with this chapter. We will now talk about the poem Break, Break, Break.